All right, we've got people popping in now. Everybody, as you're popping in, just because it's fun and has become somewhat customary, tell us where you're viewing from today. And I always like to get your current favorite doTERRA product. So if you've got your current favorite, because I know it's always hard to pick the favorite, and then where you're popping in from. And we're going to give it just a couple minutes to let people join in as they are. And then we will get this thing rolling. Yeah, VMG Plus, right? Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard to, man, I'm telling you, I'm loving every day the VMG Plus, the E Omega Plus, the new Frank, what I call the Frank pill. That is good stuff. Question is, Kendra, I know where you're popping in from, Placerville, California. And what's your current favorite product? Olympia, Washington, Richmond, Virginia, Montana. Not in the shop, Kendra, in the doTERRA sphere, dosphere, right? Panama City, Frankenstick. Oh yeah, every night before I go to bed when I wake up, that one at least at a minimum gets. I love it, Frankenstick, Franken pills, and Frankenstick. Yeah, Nevada, Frank pills. All right. Yeah, the new E Omega is super tasty. A lot of people chewing on those pills instead of swallowing them and sucking the stuff out. So it is so hard to choose one. Just what's your current? Like, what's today? What's your favorite? What's your favorite this week? Deanna Nichols, right on from back in the hills. Yeah, I know. Recharge. That's a daily recharge. Got to have it right here in my Don't Die mug, right? Um, okay. One more minute and we're gonna get this party started. Um, your house smells like a vineyard. Right on. Yeah, those new fragrance oils are nice. Okay. Aloha. From Hawaii via Panama City. Awesome. So if you're just joining us, hopefully you got the word out to all your friendlies. And I put this, I mean, everyone's invited to this. I put it out everywhere that I could think of. And I even had people from corporate doTERRA contact me going, tell me more about this. So it's getting out there. So as you're joining us, where you're joining from and what your current favorite product is. All right. I'm sure more will join us as usually is what happens. But so if you just joined us, you've joined us because you're here to hear about the doTERRA PowerMe product, right? Which is not, we're used to like a physical product, but it's a product of tech to enhance your ability to bring these physical awesome healing products to the world. And what's so great about this, among many things, is it's in-house doTERRA. They're getting constant feedback and they can change almost on the fly as far as what's considered on the fly in IT world. And they are listening. And it's free. You can use this for free. And we have several wellness advocates out there. They even have videos of them, of people utilizing this to build their business and having success and being able to sometimes reach some of those people that just, you try to engage them in conversation. And, especially since the blip, there's a lot of people that they just live online and they don't want to have like conversation, but you can send them a question, send them something to like do, and then engage them through the different communication tools once they've taken what you're about to see into their wheelhouse for a moment. So yeah, we got somebody already, Jenny Garcia, saying, so far I'm loving this new app. And and we're gonna jump into that. So this is Rich Hoffman, everyone, and I'm gonna go ahead and pin him here into the screen. And he is from corporate, many years in our industry, has many years in IT. They brought him to PowerMe a while ago to make things happen, because that's his forte, is to make things happen. And not only that, but to listen and make them happen in a way that's successful. So I'm going to turn the time over to Rich and let him drive and show you guys PowerMe.
All right, James, thank you so much. Hey, let me share my screen really fast. But thank you for that introduction. Just to go briefly, while I'm pulling some of those things up. I have about about 30 years in the MLM industry, and I've been in everything from IT, as you mentioned, to product launching, product marketing. I've run events and all that fun stuff, and I love this industry. I love the people. I love each of you, and you do best what you do because I am not good at it. So I appreciate everything you guys do. And to James's point, I think one of the biggest things that I'm excited about in this platform is the fact that it's been sort of created by you. I mean, yes, corporate helped facilitate it, but we've implemented between 80 and 100 changes based on the feedback that all of you guys have given us. I personally have spoken with almost over, I don't know, probably 500 people. And what we have here, like was mentioned, is a technology platform that can really change as we need it to, right? As we find something, support at powerme.health, you can send a communication to that or to me directly. Support tends to get less emails than me personally, but I'm happy to answer them. And we adjust dynamically. We're not encumbered by a lot of the tech. So we have a team dedicated to make this work for you guys the way that you want your business to run individually. There's not going to be a dictate from HQ on how you need to use this. So let's jump into it. And James, I think, is going to help us look for questions in case.
Yeah. Let me just mention real quick as you jump in, everyone, if you could just, we're going to have a Q&A moment at the end of this, right? So you'll be able to ask questions, and it would really help us a lot if you could put your questions in the little Q&A section that should be at the bottom of your screen. Unless you're on a phone, you might have to touch the phone or something for it to come up. But there's a Q&A section. If you could put your questions in there, it can be hard sometimes to keep up with what's in the chat. Put your questions in there, and we will get to those at the end, and you'll have an opportunity to ask Rich questions directly.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm going to try to cover a broad swath of things. So hopefully we hit a lot of those questions as we go through this. Okay, so like we mentioned, everyone, thank you so much for joining, first of all. And thank you for spending some of your time. I hope you find it valuable. I appreciate we had some 3,000 to 5,000 people come by the booth convention, which was amazing to walk people through this. Okay, so PowerMe is about empowering wellness advocates to enhance wellness. So it's kind of an interesting irony. We are in the health and wellness industry, and corporate, we've given you sales tools, we've given you enrollment tools. This is one of those platforms or tools, technology, that is supposed to help you, support you in managing wellness of people that you work with, right? I'm going to skip over some videos and stuff. Some of the strategic concept, right, is in order to improve, we need to, what can be measured can be improved. Knowing where you are starts that process, right, to getting where you want to be. And not everyone's the same, right? Humankind isn't one size fits all. So what you're going to find is that this platform is about deep personalization for the individual, right? It's kind of funny because as we normally, I've been training a lot of different teams, and as we go through this, people tend to ask, okay, so what does that even mean, Rich? I mean, give me something a little more tangible. And so this platform is intended to help you in any of these three areas, whether that's enrollment, engagement, or re-engagement, or reactivation. It's not one size fits all. Like, you have to use it with enrollment. That's not how this works. This scenario that we're talking about is a basic. Let's go through a basic one-on-one flow. Okay, let's see if you can see that. Okay, so you as a wellness advocate, to get down to brass tacks, right? You as a wellness advocate within this platform can send somebody, and we intentionally put anyone because it could be a neighbor, prospect, it could be another customer of yours, could be another wellness advocate in your downline. You send them an assessment. Okay, they take that assessment, they get some initial recommendations. Now, those recommendations you completely control. You get to decide what the system tells them. And I talked to the Goddards and James, and there's a few things we put in here up front that we wanted to communicate to you as wellness advocates, that we trust you know how to do your business best. And this initial recommendation concept was part of it. What we didn't want to do is have HQ headquarters tell you what should be recommended, but let you control, right? How you recommend, what products you want people to receive, etc. Person takes an assessment, the results get sent back to you. You can send them any number of products personalized to their outcomes, and then they enroll or purchase. It's that simple. That's the extent of the flow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna jump down the same flow, but I'm gonna jump down to the situation of social media. Okay, so some people might do health fairs, some people might do social media campaigns. In the same way, you as a wellness advocate can post something on social media and drop your link behind a button, right? Okay, that person clicks, takes the assessment, receives recommendations, you get their results, the same flow, right? And the person can enroll or purchase depending on whether they're a prospect or a customer already. Okay, so this is kind of a fun little example, because it just goes to show that whether it's a one-on-one interaction or a class or social media, this platform can be used to engage and interact. You can auto send them recommendations, you can auto send them personalized messages and things to that effect, and the flow just sort of continues. So let's, here's an interesting PowerPoint. I think it's going to be the last one, because I want to show you the actual platform. We know that we have amazing products. I mean, there's so many of them. There's so many good materials that we have in the digital marketing kit. PowerMe helps to fine tune what the needs of an individual are through assessments and goal setting, and then present to them kind of targeted products that meet those needs, right? Because, we may be new in the business, and there's so many that we could be providing in any given area of the wellness pyramid. This helps to provide some basic recommendations for you, and then you get to go from there and personalize it till your heart's content. Okay. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see. All right, establish a couple truths. First of all, this is not a mobile app yet. Okay, it will be in about 3 or 4 weeks, but for as of today, It is a website that is mobile responsive, completely works on your phone, but you go to your browser, PowerMe.health. Okay. So as you can see, PowerMe.health is the website. You go to PowerMe.health, you click login, and it'll auto log me in and it brings you to dashboard. Okay. Now, this is one of my production users, Fleur from Harry Potter. I'm a geek. I apologize up front. She reports to Nymphadora Tonks, who reports to Harry Potter. So there you go. But that's the other foundational truth I want you to be aware of. This is live. I'm not showing you smoke and mirrors. I'm not showing you this thing that could be in a few months. Right now, if you go to PowerMe.health and click on login, use your doTERRA ID and password, and it will log you in. It is integrated with doTERRA.com, right? So the same password and username you use will get you right back here to this dashboard. Now, yours is going to look pretty plain because you don't have all these people in it. But let's run you through kind of the flow of the dashboard, okay? At the top, you've got my business, which is where you can send assessments, look at your customers, make recommendations, or manage events. You've got this little action menu at the top to make it simple. Well, you have 3 different assessments right now, right? There's a wellness lifestyle, a move, and a sleep assessment. Let's go over real quickly. The wellness lifestyle assessment goes over the entire wellness pyramid, right? And in just a second, I'm going to show you the assessment, but it goes over, right, nutrition and digestion, movement, metabolism, rest, stress, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? You can share with an individual or you can share with a group. This is really an awesome concept here. Let's go through. If I were to, let's assume I was going to have a class next Wednesday. And before my class, I'm going to invite 10 people, I'm going to say, to come to my home. I can pre-send them this group assessment. And I can say, hey, before the class, if you could take this 2-minute survey, this 2-minute assessment, it'll help me to understand where our needs are. And it shows me an average of all their scores so I can target the specific needs that that group has. Okay. Kind of exciting, pretty powerful to think that I can actually build. Similarly, I could build a social media campaign group. I could say Facebook, October sleep. I would go to the sleep assessment. I would share with a group, October Facebook, let's say, and then all of a sudden I copy that link and it ties straight to me and I put it behind the button on social media. Or if I'm at a health fair, I take the QR code. I put it on the poster that I'm going to have at my booth. And anyone who takes it, it's kind of a funny story. One of the ladies who did this amazing testimonial for us, she went to a health fair and she put on her board, just like I said, this little QR code, and she's talking to people and she's signing people up and she's talking 1 and 2 and 5 and 10. And it's amazing. And she gets home and she thinks, you know what? Let's take a look at my dashboard. She comes back to her dashboard and she looks at this, and there's 250 people who took the assessment while she was talking to everyone else who came to the booth. And you can imagine she went, oh my gosh. Not both out of excitement and a little bit of terror, right? What do I do with 250 people? So I'm going to show you how to do bulk person management as well. Okay. And James, I can answer a couple of these quick questions just because I want this to be clear. This is not an app in the App Store. This is a website that is mobile responsive. So on your browser, on your phone, if you just go to PowerMe.health, you'll be able to log right in, or on your web browser. It will be a mobile app in the next few weeks, but we'll make that announcement at that time. Okay. All right, let's do a quick assessment. I'm going to do the wellness assessment. I'm going to share with the group, and I'm going to create a new group here. This is the James and Friends group. Okay. Okay. And go ahead. Anyone who wants to take this with your phone, if you wish, you can just scan that QR code. I'll give you a second, and then I'm going to show it to you on my browser too. You can't, that's a great question. You got a Zoom link to an event we create. I'll show you where you can add some Zoom links, things, but at the moment, I'll show you because you actually send out the link via your own email. So yes, you can. Okay, I'm going to take this assessment as if I'm just somebody else, one of you, okay? I want you to see it. Please stop when you get to a certain page, okay? Each of these categories has 3 questions, and we've gone over this with hundreds of people. These are all things we can change if we want, okay? And I'm just gonna cruise through, and I want you to stop when you get to this screen, right? Right to this screen right here. Go ahead and stop when you get there. No, Jenny, only you can see the averages, and they are accumulated averages so that people cannot see each other's. This is while you guys take those assessments, I would recommend just putting garbage data in for now. This is just a test anyways, even though it's production, but it'll be a mess on my account, not on yours. One of the beauties of this, you guys, is that we have implemented top level security protocols into this system. We knew how important it was. We knew how important it was for you. Apple implements military grade encryption, and we use the higher version to that. That's hopefully that's simple enough. It's homomorphic encryption. Okay, let's keep going from this page. Remember, this point you will have seen what a person scored as, right? Let's assume they scored low in sleep, but they don't want to focus on sleep. So we say, how satisfied are you with the current health? What area do you want to improve? So we want to empower you as wellness advocates to not only know their scores, but know where their desire for improvement is. Let's assume their nutrition score was pretty high, but we're going to do this anyways. Let's assume you can click continue. This is a page I want you to stop and focus on, okay? If a person does not consent to share with you, remember Fleur is the one who sent this, it'll give your name when you send an assessment. If they don't consent to share, you will not see them show up on your dashboard. They can always come in here and turn off certain things if they want, okay? I'm going to assume I'm just a friend of Fleur's. Okay, I'm not a wellness advocate. In this case, you guys, if you would click already have an account and log in with your ID and password, that will get you logged into your machine as well, which is helpful for you. I'm going to click over here and just create a guest account. You'll see how easy it is. Okay. All right, I'm just going to put Betty Boop. Oop. All right. Okay, so I'm Betty Boop, right? Fleur sent me an assessment, and now I see, now that I've consented to share with Fleur, okay, I get my scores. I get my nutrition, my movement, and you'll notice that nutrition is not my lowest score, but it was my desire to improve. So the way we've ordered this is we've placed the first score as what they want to improve. The next 2 are their lowest scores. Okay. Okay. And the person the person receives 3 initial recommendations. Remember, you control what these are. I'm going to show you. I am back on Fluor's website. You can see here. Okay. When you go into Fluor, you go into settings, I can go right down here and I can change what I want those initial recommendations to be. For example, let's assume I want PB assist to be here or PB restore. Okay. Okay, all I have to do is do that. And the next assessment that is taken, if they get a low score in digestion, they will get a PB restore. And I can do that with every assessment type, right? There's some of our new products showing up. I can do that with any given category. I want maybe this, I want this to be our toothpaste. Oops. Now it's interesting because I can do it with kits, I can do it with bundles, I can do it with whatever I choose, right? So if there's a 90-day protocol that you and your team like to do or something, you can always drop those in here when they exist, right? There we go. All right, I can also remove anyone I've shared with. If I don't want someone to see my results, I just come in here and turn off my sharing. Remember, we wanted you to be confident that this was secure, that this was something you could rely on. Okay. All righty. Okay, I am going to refresh. Now remember, as soon as your people consent to share with you and save by logging in or create a guest account, they show up here. There's Betty Boop, at doTERRA service. So remember, I might have sent 1,000 invites to take a 2-minute assessment. And I don't know when they're going to finish those, right? But as soon as they do and they consent with me, they show up in my list of customers awaiting my response. Okay, then I simply select them. I hit send recommendations. I can see their scores. I can choose products. Now imagine I come in here and I'm like, I don't see the product I want. All I have to do is come in here, choose where I want to put it. Let's just put it nutrition for now. There it is. I can click or unclick. I can say, hey, thanks, Betty. You are amazing. See you next Wednesday at my home. Okay, here you can also put links or other things you want to share with them. And before I hit send, I can review the products that I have. Now let's imagine it didn't equal 100 PB. Oh, just pop right back up to the top, add a couple more things. It now is. I can also go to lifestyle recommendations and I can choose to give some recommendations based on things that I know about them. Okay. And they have both products, they have lifestyle habits, and I hit send recommendations, and it's that easy. Now it goes through to them automatically. They click the ones they want, they hit checkout, and it just goes to doTERRA's checkout. Now, you may ask, okay, this Betty Boop was not a customer. She'd never purchased from me before. So what happens there? Let's show you. Okay, remember, you can see I'm Betty Boop, right? If I go to my settings, I'm back on Betty Boop. Okay. And my recommended products, these are things that have been sent to me. Okay, these are all things that were sent. I can just select the ones I want. I can add them to the bag. I can go to the bag and I click checkout. Okay, like I said, this is in production. Okay. And if you would imagine, I've never enrolled. So it drops me in enrollment right there on the second page. I don't have to click the first one, right? I get all of the standard get all the standard pop-ups IT put in there and all the specific things, and you'll notice that it's tied to Fluor, right? It maintains attribution. Okay. And I just go through just like I would normally do. All right. Okay. So I don't want to overwhelm too fast. At this point, if you think about, we'll show you something similar. So in my business, if I go to my customers and my groups, remember, I created this group, James and Friends, 11 total members. It was sent, started the assessment. Okay, a couple people finished it. If I viewed the group analysis, I can see exactly what the averages are. And that could be at my friend's health fair that had 250 participants in it. And now I see the averages of those 250. I can drill into them. I can show the 3 lowest scores, and I can choose in my next meeting to focus on movement because it's our lowest score, or not. You can choose to use it or not use it to your heart's content. All right, and you'll notice, you guys, that I have a little icon here, and I got an email that says, hey, Betty's completed their assessment. Bobby completed their assessment. I can click on review, and again, I can send individual recommendations and lifestyle recommendations. All right, let's cruise a little bit further down the dashboard. So in the middle, you have customers that are awaiting your response. Then you have assessments, right? Remember, this exists up at the top too, right? Just in your actions, right? And then some people ask, well, what if I don't know what I'm doing? I just want a little bit more training. These are 1 to 3 minute videos is all, nice and short, on any of the elements that you want to learn about. Groups, events, taking assessments, sending recommendations, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I want to show one other really cool things. Okay, if I go back to my customers, I want you to see here. Imagine if you were that wellness advocate and you had 250 people from your Saturday event of 1,000 or whatever, and you went to this filtering. So this is on the home page. These are people that are waiting your response, but as soon as you respond to them, they go to your standard customers list, right? So there's pending recommendations. There's some people that are not pending recommendations because I've responded to them, right? Like Betty Boop, which I just did. I can go to these filters and I can say, you know what? Show me anyone who finished the wellness lifestyle who had a low score in, let's assume, nutrition. I can then select all these people and I can bulk send them, knowing that their lowest score was nutrition. I can come here and I can say, okay, 5 people had low nutrition. Let's send them the new VMG Plus, PB Restore, and I don't want to send anything else. I don't want to send a lifestyle. I leave them a note and I hit send. You just sent 5, 10, 30, specific recommendations to people you knew had a low nutritional score. Super powerful, and this is only getting more and more powerful in this filter abilities. You'll be able to target and do specific campaigns for people. Okay. All right, let's see. There's your groups. And one other thing, this was turned on. This was turned on at convention for wellness advocates. This was the AI tool, okay, which allowed people to, it's just in beta, you can get help doing a social media thing, you can do DIY projects, you can say, build me an agenda for a specific class on this product and this. In fact, why don't we just do that? Create an agenda for a 1-hour class on turmeric and deep blue. Okay. So you say, just get me an agenda for a 1-hour class. This helps to maintain compliance. It also, you can also run certain ideas past it. It gives you references. It gives you, here's 5-minute intro, turmeric, deep blue Q&A, closing. You can say, oh, no, come on, do something different. Or you can say, draft a social media post. And you can say, you know what, I'm going to draft something from Facebook with a humorous tone, short, medium in length. We're going to do this on turmeric and deep blue. Give me some emojis. Give me a link because I want to put my assessment in here. I want to drop my assessment link. That way people can take it and include a call to action saying, click to take the free assessment. Generate the post. And this is just getting better and better. This is obviously still continue to be trained. In fact, it'll be trained on all the backing to every article, to every product, all the scientific elements to it and such. Oops, gotta click it first. That always helps. And it says, hey, feeling like your wellness routine could use a little boost? Stay hello to dynamic turmeric and deep blue, right? Blah, blah, blah. Hashtags everything for you. Drop your link, copy, paste, and you've got a Facebook post that's medium in length. All right. So James, I mean, we could go as long as we really want to here, but in general, you guys, this is an engagement tool that gives a reason. Like, we're going to have on here in the next couple of weeks reminders and follow-up that says, hey, Betty hasn't ordered in the last 30 days. Click here to send the next order, or follow-up reminders. We're going to have prospect management, cold, warm, and hot leads will be in here, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a very exciting time. And I can't really say anything other than thank you guys and all the people who gave us a lot of different feedback. And any feedback you have from now on, we'd be happy to receive. So
yeah, no, this is great. And I think it's great for people to see that live demo and what's happening and what's possible, and also to see at what's coming. And the fact that as you've gone along, you've had several points of like, this is going to come. We're going to have the mobile app on the App Store. We're going to add in more of this or that, and so that's fantastic. We have a bunch of questions blowing up in the Q&A. We should probably jump into those because it might take us some time and I'll bring up probably some more things to talk about as well.
okay, let's see. So they don't get results until you go through. Okay. So Lisa asked, so they don't get results until you go through. So let's clarify. They get their results after they consent. So we changed. Remember, I said this is the most important box, because if they don't consent and log in, you don't get their results, and they don't get results until they save their assessment as well. But I think maybe what you're asking is, so correct. They don't get results until after they consent to share. We used to give them everything, and then people just closed their browser and you never got results from the people. But let's assume you do not want them to get product recommendations right off the bat. Let's assume you want to give it to them maybe at a class. This little toggle right here will turn off initial product recommendations. So if you choose to only want them to get their results, but not product, that's okay. And then you can send them from your main page here, you're waiting your response, then you can send them recommendations that you want. Hopefully that helped.
Yeah, okay. So in the Q&A box, we've got one question is, can we add a Zoom link to an event we create?
So remember, I'm gonna deal with some semantics here. Okay. So if you're gonna hold a class at your house, You're going to probably create a group invite. Okay. So right here, you'll click share with a group and you'll choose this group. Okay. When you copy this link, you put it in your own email. So you can put a Zoom link in your own email. You only use the link here created to send an invite out. That way you're empowered to say anything you want in that email, including connect with me at 5 p.m. on Wednesday for the Zoom call. So yes, you can put it in there.
Okay. With group assessments, are other people able to see the averages also?
No, just you. Just the person they consented to share with. That's an important security element.
Okay.
But
So they don't get to get the results until you go through them, or
they get the results the second they
complete.
consent to share with you and either create a guest account or log in. Yes. So it's right away. You don't have to send them. That was part of the desire that some of the early feedback came in as, is they wanted people to get something early on, or just a quick 3.
Right. And I think the AI portion helps a bit with this, where one of the questions is, can you create a template of messages so you can create scripting for your team that struggles with what to say so you don't have to type it every time?
Beautiful. Yep. AI will help there a lot for sure.
Okay. Can a Diamond Club promo code be entered anywhere before checkout?
So this is a hot topic.
I know, right? Well, of course, we're in it, right?
Oh no, I get it. I totally get it. So watch. I'm gonna say that I'm Fleur, okay, and I'm going to just order some things, okay, just real quickly, because remember, I'm a wellness advocate, and this will go to my checkout. So when I click checkout here, what people normally ask is, can I add a Diamond Club here and have it move over? Because it's the people that you want to have it, right? This is the normal checkout you would normally have, right? And you can see it's tied to Nymphadora Tonks. Oops, come on. Which is Fleur's upline and all of the pop-ups. Come on. Okay, do you have a promo code? And some of the other things here. We debated putting a Diamond Club or Silver Club promo code area on PowerMe, and we still can. But the problem is that will help account managers do less manual labor. But until IT could absorb that and use it appropriately, it could take a while before they can do something with it.
So for right now, you're saying just the normal promo code area at checkout is what's available?
Probably your best bet for now, yeah.
For now, until we kind of dial that in.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, somebody was asking about an FHS account. Like, is that, something that someone can utilize? I don't know how that would fit into this, but.
So that's something we can definitely talk about in the future. But right now, just so people are aware, the FSA and HSA is something you can always use right now. You just we'd have to explain how it works. You'd have to get an LMN from a medical professional, but we can talk about that coming up here before very long, James. It's not hinting.
Yeah, I know there's, yeah. So, so stay tuned, Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny, it's going to be awesome.
Are there more campaigns coming soon?
So you can actually do, let me answer that in twofold. You can actually do your own campaigns with the group functionality. Okay. But if what you're trying to do in your campaign is have full blown like leaderboards, that is coming soon. So, because in order to do leaderboards, you have to have a tracking mechanism, right? Which is, did you accomplish your goal today? Right? Or did you place this order? And therefore, the leaderboards auto adjust. Yes, that's coming here pretty quickly.
Okay. And limited beta, we're still in beta.
Well, you know what? Kind of like half the other software in the world out there, we just leave that up there. No, it's in production and it's fully live.
Right.
What
Right.
what we why we do that in IT is so that people hopefully understand that you might find a bug sporadically. And if you do, you can let me know directly and we fix it within 1 or 2 days at most normally.
And okay, great. And Jenny was asking, how does she navigate to that AI again? She didn't see it in her.
If you were at convention, a wellness advocate in the US at convention, we turned it on for everyone at convention. Now, James, if we want to get a list of people that we want to have it, if they didn't, I can get it turned on for people.
Okay, and so should they send that? Because like if they, I
I
need
know
to tell them where to send that request.
support at PowerMe.health is probably
Okay.
good.
Support at PowerMe.health. Okay. And so and that was that including the virtual watchers? So anybody who had a virtual and an in-person, or only in person?
Just in person is what they chose, but it's
Okay.
live and it's
Okay.
it's there. So feel free
Okay.
to send that request if you wish. And
Somebody, yeah, thanks, Rich, for putting it in the chat there. And this gal said she was at convention, but it's not showing on hers. So send that to support at PowerMe.health, and they'll get that taken care of for you.
perfect.
So I had a couple questions around that. Will there ever be texting capabilities involved in this?
Good question. I love all these questions, you guys. Well done. So remember, when we turn on the native mobile app, so texting from a website is not actually very easy to do, right? Because you can get to it on your phone, but it is still a website. It's not a native mobile app. The second the native mobile app goes live in a few weeks or so, then you'll also be able to text. So yes.
Okay, so that will just basically populate your text messaging platform that you use.
Yep. That will it might be I believe so, but it might be the native mobile app within the tool platform. We'll see. Let me get back to you on that.
But
I can get that
a
answer.
texting option is coming and
Absolutely.
continue to be developed after like everything else.
Exactly. Well,
Because
but
we're
it'll come here
beta.
pretty quick. Yeah, it's beta.
So basically, somebody was saying, again about the promo codes, which we just covered. Other question was, are we good to send out a link, which I think means, is this thing really working?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. We have 10,000 plus people on it already using it. There was a question by Jenny about integration of lab section. I don't know if what she's asking. If you go to My Health and you go to kit registration, right? This is where you might register one of those omega-3 kits if people got one of those.
Yeah, I got one, and I had one sitting here, and it's missing, but I did one, and it worked.
So all you have to do is register it right here. It's pretty straightforward, and so that's also integrated, and the results will come back to you. But you do need to register it. Here's an interesting stat, James, and that was 150 people pricked their finger, dropped the blood, and sent off a piece of paper and never registered anything. So we just don't know who those. You had to write your name and email on there, but someone's manually typing emails back to those people saying, please register your kit. So come online, register your kit. And in the box, the front paper says, register first, right here. Click a QR code.
Yeah, I did one, and it worked just like that. Okay, let's see. I'll go back to the chat in a minute, but let's look at more of the Q&A. Does this only work in the United States, or is it US and Canada, or what?
Great question. We dealt with this a lot at convention too. So this is pointing to the US catalog right now. So if you have people in the US and you're going to send them product recommendations that they can buy, this will work that way cross-border wise. Right now, it is not turned off for anyone in Europe. What I would recommend, however, Europe, Asia, wherever. It's only in English for now. If you come to the settings here and you turn off recommendations right here, what'll happen is you'll send assessments, results will come back to you, and then you can send them a link generator that points to their catalog, right?
Yeah, but will it be coming maybe in the future where you can pick regions or
Yes.
markets
Yes.
and it just
The
operates there?
first thing we're going to do in the next little bit is we're going to put multi-language into the US just to test out our content management system. And we're already integrating with data tracks so that we can get everyone's catalogs and all of the international stuff.
Okay, great. So we're working towards
Yep.
coming soon languages, coming
Yep.
soon different markets.
Yep. In that order.
Okay, great. All right. Somebody was asking about how to do a Facebook post. But they can watch the recording unless you want to show it again, but
You can watch the recording for sure.
yeah. Yeah. So this will be a recording that will be available short in the next day or so. Okay, so they're getting someone's asking about what are they getting? Results plus recommendations that we've preset. If they get those, we can't personalize recommendations afterwards. Correct. So basically you would be sending whatever you've got set as your personal recommendation or your initial recommendations, unless you click the button that turns that off, then they get nothing. And then you get to decide what you're sending them from a lead generation standpoint. But if you want to go in and pick whatever initial recommendations you would allow, then you'll be able, once they do it and they get those initial recommendations, you see that they've done the assessment. Now you can add on in your communication with them some additional recommendations just for them.
Yeah,
Did I say that
Janelle.
right?
Yeah, that was well said. So the answer is you can do both, only one or none of them. So if you have the button off, they'll get a little note at the bottom of their results that says, hey, reach out to James and he'll recommend some things to you. Then James just selects Suzette here and goes, hey, Suzette, let me send you some recommendations, right? You can send it that easy. Or you can just meet with them first, whatever your business kind of method is, and then you can send it on the fly when you're sitting there with them. Just understand all of these little I's, these things all go to pips for the person as well, so they get information on any product you send, and they're empowered to also learn via the system. Okay, I want it to be super clear though. This does not replace that beautiful personal interaction with you guys, right? That's really what makes the difference. This is hopefully just helping facilitate some of the minutia.
Sure. And like we said in the beginning, there are those individuals out there that don't really want initially personal interaction, but they might be interested in taking a free assessment. And after that free assessment, when there's recommendations and your ability to send them an email and engage with them, we hope that it will lead to an eventual in-person. But there are plenty of people you can just, send this assessment to and engage them right away and quickly get to an in-person kind of situation, which is ideal.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so how do they get more of those like Omega test kits or whatever?
Normally talk to your top leaders. Actually, so here's the thing. We had so many, so it was decided kind of last minute not to sell these on the store, but they are built, they are ready. As soon as the powers that be hear that you guys want them, I'm assuming they'll turn them on in the Hybris catalog.
Okay, so code word there is talk to your upline and their upline and so on,
Yep.
and build the desire, get the
Yep.
voices going, put it on the chats, the Facebook groups, whatever that you would
Yep.
like to see any of these things, that moves the needle the most.
So just to be clear, James, so we showed you omega-3 test kit. There are 5 test kits that are actually just sitting on the shelf waiting at the moment.
Awesome.
Last year, remember with PB Restore, we did a gut health. That one's just sitting on the shelf. It could be turned on. There's a vitality, there's hair cortisol, anyways, yeah.
Okay, so we've got some stuff that we can utilize if we scream loud enough.
If you want it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, so if Janelle was saying if we want to send a note, that's only available if the recommendations are set to off, correct? Or
no, you can send a note.
Yeah, there was a note spot.
You can send a note every time you send recommendations. And remember that when you send the invite, it's just one of your own emails. So you can create a custom email exactly like you want it to, with the invites and everything too.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many features here, and what I love is that you guys you've made over 100 changes since you've gone live with this, right? And
Yep.
listening to feedback. So more to come. More is always possible. They want your feedback. Continue
Please.
to bring that. We got people begging for Russian when you go to the language things, because there is a huge Russian market here too. We got Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, Chinese. Okay, I'm just checking to see now if there's okay, so do we run all the emails through this, or do we move it to our emails? Not sure. They're wondering, does that question make sense to you?
So let me see if this is, if I'm going to share with an individual the wellness assessment, okay? This is what I get. I could put James Bybee and put his email here and hit the little button, okay? What that does is it has a predefined email that has a button on it that says, hey, James, select this. But if I don't want to do that, then all you have to do is hit copy this link. When you open your email, you can put it in your email and send away to thousands, whatever you choose is the right number. So this is a one at a time. This is as many as you really want in your email. And this is a QR code that people on their phones can always scan. If you're sitting on the ski resort and you're like, yeah, your neck is all messed up, take this move assessment.
And when you get that AI piece available, or if they utilize the AI piece, they can create content for those emails.
Exactly.
So you're going to use your own email system, but you're going to utilize information from here to put into that email.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm going to put that. Yeah, somebody just put, let's just make sure that support at
support at PowerME.health.
Yeah, support at PowerMe.health.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, so all right, so I think people want those kits, that's for sure.
That sounds great.
And then I think we've answered all the questions. Can customers send a note to you, like from they do the assessment, can they respond in some way?
That's a great question. Right now they cannot. As soon as the texting feature goes live, then yes, it'll be a full open back and forth. We actually figured out how to do texting through the web, but it's just messy. So given that native mobile's so close, then we were gonna just rely on it because it'll be a lot easier, lots more simple.
And that's just a few weeks away.
That is correct. They're testing it as we speak.
Okay, I'm just checking to make sure we're not missing anything else. We're at our hour mark, so want to respect everyone's time, and appreciate everyone joining us, but we can maybe just give us a patience to a minute or two more if there's any more questions that I missed. I don't think I'm seeing anything else. I think we got everything as far as I can see.
We are always open to help support questions, and your account managers have been trained, call center has been trained. I have a team that will get on a call to help support you. I will get on a call, whatever you need. We're happy to help.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And don't worry, the replay will be coming, folks. Once I have a link, which will take me, probably till tomorrow at least to create, you'll just watch for that. I'll put it in the different Facebook groups. I'll put it in the different places where I advertised everything today, and or talk to your upline. And if you can't find it still, and try to get a hold of me on Messenger or something like that. Well, make sure you get the recording. It's going to get out there and be available. And we're super grateful for Rich taking his time. The guy was just barely got off family vacation, and he was willing to do it while he was on his vacation. And I said, no, family time, but we appreciate him taking his evening after vacation. And he may even still be on vacation. I don't know. And helping us with this. And like you said, they are super open to feedback, to questions. That support at PowerMe.health is going to be the place to send feedback and get more questions answered, and to help make this thing as good as it can be, and to continue to adapt to our market and what we need. So thanks again for everyone for joining us. Thank you, Rich. And we will talk to you all next time.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone.